Hi everyone and welcome to a Theme Park Worldwide News Update. It's that time of year where Six Flags reveal all of their new additions for the following season. And in this video I'm going to talk all about the new roller coasters, flat rides and themed areas coming to Six Flags parks throughout 2024. Now of course Six Flags is one of the biggest theme park chains out there anywhere in the world, and each year they invest heavily across the chain with brand new rides and attractions. And of course 2024 is set to be quite a big year for Six Flags with lots of investments throughout their parks. But yeah, let's go through the parks and talk about these new additions that are going to be coming in. We're going to start off by talking about Six Flags St. Louis, and they're going to be opening the Joker Carnival of Chaos, which is a new Zamperla Giga Discovery. Of course, this is something that Six Flags have installed at some of their parks previously. Big flat ride for the park, a pendulum style ride, and these are fantastic additions and they are huge as well. So yeah, this would be a nice addition to there. It actually swings up to 172 feet with a top speed of 75 miles an hour. It's not just Six Flags St. Louis though that's going to be receiving one of these next year. Along with that, Six Flags Great America will be opening Sky Striker, which is also the same model, a Giga Discovery from Zamperla. So that's what you tend to find with a lot of the Six Flags parks, because they are spread out a lot throughout the US. They can kind of get away with putting in new additions that are the same at different parks, that are kind of spread out from each other. You've got to think the US is humongous. So yeah, you wouldn't really get away with that here in the UK if Alton Towers and Thorpe Park put in the same sort of ride. But with the kind of scale of the US, then of course, yeah, I think Six Flags really can get away with it putting in kind of cloned additions across their parks. But still, it's adding in something new to both them parks for 2024. Here's a big one for you then, Six Flags Great Adventure. They have got a big year planned because it's their 50th anniversary, and to kick it all off, we're going to be seeing a brand new roller coaster coming to the park, and something very unique because yeah, we've only seen one of these built before, and that was in China. It opened recently actually. This is going to be the first one to open in the United States of America. It's the brand new Vekoma Super Boomerangs. Now you might be thinking, hang on a minute, you might not have seen these or what they're about. Basically, of course, you've got the old school Vekoma Boomerangs that, you know, very simple. Lift you up backwards, come through the station, through the inversions, and then come back through it all again. But they've done a brand new layout. It's not quite as compact, and you've got to think Vekoma now are like a new generation compared to what they were back in the 80s and 90s. You know, we're seeing some really good stuff from Vekoma out there now, especially in Europe. So it's nice to see America getting a piece of the pie with this one, with this brand new Vekoma Super Boomerang. So yeah, it's really exciting. It's going to be called the Flash Vertical Velocity. Now the total length will be 1,430 feet, top speed of 59 miles an hour, and of course, yeah, you're going to head through it forwards and backwards like a normal Vekoma Boomerang, but the layout on this looks so much better, it really does. Of course, you're going to go through a 180-degree twisted drop and a 0G roll, all as part of this as well. So yeah, I'm excited for this. I remember seeing a POV of the one that opened in China and thinking, oh, that'd be a great addition for so many parks, either here in Europe, other places in Asia, or across the US. So yeah, it's really nice to see one of these coming to America, and Great Adventure as well, which is a fantastic park with a brilliant coaster collection. So this will add in there nicely. And yeah, something really unique for the US from Vekoma, because like I say, they've come leaps and bounds, the Dutch roller coaster manufacturer, over the past kind of 5 or 6 years. We've really seen Vekoma pushing the boundaries. So yeah, it's really nice to see America getting some of that. And of course, yeah, it's a big year for Vekoma in America because they're opening a couple of family boomerangs over there as well, and of course this Super Boomerang. Now, as I mentioned, it is the 50th anniversary and they've got lots of other plans. They're going to be reopening the safari tours there, which would be really nice to see. I remember doing that safari tour at Great Adventure back in 2019 and really enjoying it. And that was kind of just drive-through only this time. So yeah, it's going back to, you'll be able to go through in a vehicle. So that'll be nice as part of the park. And along with that too, they're going to be adding an overnight glamping experience in the safari as well. So yeah, that's nice to see. Going more down the resort side. So yeah, that looks quite promising from what we're seeing with that. Big year for Great Adventure, and yeah, nice to see a coaster reopening part of the safari as a theme park experience to go through, and yeah, of course some overnight accommodation going in there too. Six Flags Great Escape is going to be opening at Bobcat for 2024. This is a new roller coaster from the Gravity Group. You know what? This looks great. It'll be a nice addition to the park. I do think Gravity Group builds some good wooden coasters. The only thing I'm not a fan of with their rides is the trains, the Timberliner trains. This is going to have those as well. I'm really not a fan. I wish Gravity Group would work better on their train design because, yeah, I do think Gravity Group coasters run better when they run PTC trains. I mean, here in the UK, Megaphobia, in Wales, that's just had a complete retrack. And yeah, we've also seen it keep the original trains on there and not the Gravity Group Timberliners. And yeah, it rides so much better. So yeah, I'm not a huge fan of the Timberliners, but still another new little coaster coming in there. And it looks quite nice, quite snappy, some bits of airtime we're going to see in there, some nice drops too. And yeah, it just looks like a good fun ride. A Six Flags park that doesn't really get much investment or spoke about that much. I've never been there myself, but yeah, that's Great Escape. So yeah, that's Bobcat that's going to be coming in from the Gravity Group. As we move to Six Flags Over Texas, they're going to be seeing quite a large investment this year into their older log flume attraction. It's actually now going to make it one of the longest log flumes in the world, complete overhaul. And yeah, it was one of the first as well. So it's nice to see they're investing in this, not just taking it out. They thought, no, we'll invest heavily and completely redo this ride and put some new elements in as well. So yeah, the new El Rio Lento, which is going to be opening, we're going to be seeing a new lift hill and new drops added to this ride as well, making it even longer. Which will be a fantastic addition to Six Flags Over Texas. Down in the state as well, we've got Six Flags Fiesta Texas, and yeah, they've got quite a large investment coming in for next year as well. They're going to be opening a Zamperla Nebula. Of course, these are very popular flat rides. We've got one here in the UK at Drayton Manor, but yeah, they've been popping up everywhere throughout Europe. We're starting to see more now in the US and other places, which is good to see. They are nice rides. They are quite low throughput, but I tell you what, they look the part from off-ride, and they ride good fun as well. It's going to be called Cyborg Cyber Revolution, for the name of the Zamperla Nebula. Along with that, they're going to be opening a rotating family drop tower as part of this area as well, and that's going to be called Shazam Tower of Eternity. And along with that, something we don't see very often opening now is a monorail. And yeah, they are going to be opening a new monorail in here as well, in this large kind of DC expansion of the area, which is great in the DC Universe land. And yeah, the monorail itself is going to be called the Metropolis Transit Authority, and that's going to take you around for an aerial tour of this area. So yeah, that's a nice investment. Family rides going into Six Flags Fiesta Texas. And that's the thing with Six Flags. Yes, they're known for the big roller coasters, but they do quite invest heavily in the family market as well, which is good to see. Moving on then to Six Flags America, they're going to be getting a newly themed Steamtown area, which I'm so pleased about. Now, we went there back in June as part of our USA road trip. The park was looking really tired, and what I was quite sad to see, and you can see this in the vlog, is you went up to this wall, looked over it, and there was a full themed area that was just sat there, standing but not operating. And yeah, that was the old Coyote Creek area. There was an SLC roller coaster there, and I was quite pleased that it was shut, the SLC. I'm not a fan of those rides, and I'd heard that it was quite bad, Mind Eraser. However, it's going to be having a refurbishment. It's getting the new trains, also from Vekoma. Nice to hear more Vekoma in the US, isn't it? And modern Vekoma anyway. So yeah, they're updating the train design on there. Along with that, some new theming, and also just reopening that area, which should be good to see. You got the Rapids that's going to reopen again down there, which is good. You've got the Coyote Creek Crazy Cars, which are going to return with new names and theming. And yeah, that's a bumper cars. And along with that, a new Nebula is going to be going in there too, called Steam Whirler. So yeah, that's going to be nice. It's going to be like the Steam versus Wild West by the looks of it. It's all going to come together. But I'm pleased about that because the park needed some big TLC when we were there back in June. I remember us saying it looked really tired and run down, and seeing a full themed area closed like that is never great. So I'm very pleased that they're investing into that at Six Flags America. Finally then, on to Six Flags Over Georgia. They're going to be opening the first ever Intamin Ultra Surf. This looks fantastic. I'm a bit concerned about the throughput, but you know what? I think this will be a great ride. It's got spinning cars. It's 144 foot tall. It's going to reach a top speed of 60 miles an hour with an LSM launch. Now, the Intamin Ultra Surf basically looks similar to the Mack Power Splash. If you remember Pulsar that opened at Wallaby, Belgium, great ride, done it quite a few times and covered it here on the channel. That's built by Mack Ride. This is like Intamin's version of that, and that's the thing with manufacturers. They're always kind of inspiring each other, should we say, with their different rides. But yeah, this does look very much inspired from the Mack Power Splash, but then also you've got to look at what Mack have done in the past, inspiring some of their rides from the Intamin Blitz model, you know. So it's kind of like manufacturers share ideas, if you like, and that's great for us enthusiasts because it means we get much better rides, because yeah, the manufacturers are kind of going head to head as well, and we'll want the custom from the parks, which is always great. But yeah, I really do like the look of this. Throughput wise, not great, because obviously it's one train with two cars, and I've kind of moved over the airtime hills and up to the top. It looks like you'll get some nice airtime. If it's anything like Pulsar, it'll be a good experience, and actually a little bit forceful as well. And with this being Intamin, I'd expect some good forces on there, especially from the LSM launch, which I think will be fantastic. But there you go, that's all the Six Flags announcements for 2024. Big year across the company, lots of rides opening, from roller coasters to flat rides to the new themed areas. And along with that, it's really interesting that the biggest park in their chain isn't having anything next year. That's Six Flags Magic Mountain. Is something big on the horizon. I mean, there's been talk about a massive new coaster coming to Magic Mountain at some point in the future. I've been hearing all sorts of rumours over the years, like a Giga Coaster or something large scale. So yeah, maybe they're saving up for that for 2025. But yeah, nothing in this announcement about Magic Mountain, unless they got something else up the sleeve separately. But yeah, it's the biggest park in the chain, of course, in California. Been there quite a few times. And yeah, no announcements for Magic Mountain. But let me know your thoughts down below in the video comments. Which ones are you most excited for? And yeah, I think for me, it's definitely got to be the investment for Great Adventure. Yeah, I just think that looks great. The Super Boomerang from Vekoma, I think that'll be a really nice addition to that park. Again, a bit concerned about the throughput. However, yeah, I think it'll be a really nice ride and add to their world-class coaster lineup. There we go. Thanks for joining us here on Theme Park Worldwide for another news update. I'm Sean Sandbrook, and that leaves me with one final thing to say. Get out there and keep on riding. We'll see you in the next video.